you can win the whole game of business, life, everything after hearing this story. Listen, every confusion you have around your life in general, every aspect will be vanished after hearing this story. Listen. A little parrot was found injured and taken into a human home. The human loved her deeply. Every day they fed her, protected her, spoke gently to her, and taught her human words. Good morning, I love you, thank you. The human celebrated every time the parrot sounded more human, and slowly the parrot learned. At first, it felt magical. The human smiled wider each time that she was talking more human like. Food became easier when she was talking more human like. Love came easier when she was talking more human like. So the parrot practiced harder and harder until one day she could speak almost perfectly like a human. But something strange began happening. The more human words filled her mouth, the quieter her own bird songs became. She stopped singing to the wind. She stopped listening to the sky outside of window. She stopped dreaming about the trees that she had never saw, but somehow she was always missing them. One day, she heard birds outside talking with each other. For the first time in years, she listened to their talking, to their voice, and something ancient in her became alive. It was like something inside her answered, not in human language, in bird language. Wild, instinctive, free. She had spent so long learning how to survive, playing a role as a human, that she forgot she had wings. She's a bird. That night, the window was open. The parrot stood there, trembling. She did not know whether her wings still working or not, but she has got to try. But she also knew something else. If she stayed, she would forget herself forever. So she jumped. For one terrifying second, she dropped through the cold air, like surrendering herself to the current, to the wind, to see what happens. What's the worst case scenario? Getting myself? I choose the other worst case scenario. I jump. Then her wings opened. It was like they always knew how to carry her weight. They always knew. Even though she forgot, they knew. Her flight was not perfect, not graceful, but enough. Enough to carry her along. She flew past the house, past the streets, past the glowing windows where humans lived their careful lives. Survival lives. And the higher she flew, the more she began to understand something. The world was far bigger than the little cage of safety she had mistaken for life. There were forests she had never seen, trees filled with fruits, other birds speaking the language she had buried inside herself. And suddenly she realized, as long as she could fly, there would always be somewhere to go, somewhere to land, somewhere to begin again. She never needed to become human for survival. She only needed to remember she had wings. She was born with wings. Listen, how to win life game, business game, every game just by this story that I wrote. This parrot is all of us. It's our story. The cage is tradition, is things that from the first place was built to make you more human. It's okay, it's good, but when we over rely on that, that can ruin our life. When we build our cage around that, when we know we are born for something and we are born with wings and we are not using that because of tradition, because of people talk. Oh, that's sad. Just sad. That is not the thing that this tradition was at the first place began for. This began for keeping the peace. So, how on earth a bird who is caged and wants to set herself free, wants to fly, can be peaceful? See? So if we want to go by society rules, these rules from the first place was there to bring peace. When it's not bringing peace, so they are not doing the job they were made for it to do. Yes. How to win the life game. This story is the follow-up of all the stories of Little Light that I told you in every night midnight talk with entrepreneurs. The last story of Little Light was the story that the little light breaks free, breaks into pieces, and breaks free. After this video, you can go and watch that video. But in this video, I want to show you something. Most of my clients want to win the business game by being more like everyone else so that no one talks something bad behind their back or judge them. So they are playing by these cage rules. They are talking human words like these parrots every day so that they are sure their survival things, the food, the safety, the shelter doesn't end. This is what we do in our business, like this parrot. We are talking human words, but this just gives you survival. Do you want survival? At least I know when you are an entrepreneur, you want something more than survival. You want life. This is what I'm sure about. So when you started this journey to reach life, not survival, you should learn how to talk your language, not human language. Throw away everything that every guidebook that people, even in business, are telling you you should do this every day, wake up at 5 a.m. Throw all of them with all the anger you have away. It starts by knowing yourself, shedding who you are not. Who you're not is that parrot that talks every day human language. That's not you. That's a puppet. Just learn to survive only by talking. This parrot thing ruined the whole life for us, the whole game for us, the business world, personal world, the life. We mask ourselves just to be like more human. We are birds. We know by intuition. Okay, listen. When you go to a forest, it's foggy, you cannot see anything, you don't have a map, and your survival is based on you finding the path. How do you find the path? By going by the book, the map, guideline? There's no guideline. You're in the middle of nowhere. You should find the way yourself. In that situation, you rely completely on your intuition. Yes, because mind, survival mechanism, everything shut down. It's like, oh, we cannot handle this. Intuition come up. And by your intuition, you see that in that foggy, terrifying forest that you cannot see anything, you find your way out. When you find your way out, you go back and say, I was lucky. That was luck. Oh, that was not luck. Trust me, that was not luck. And if you experience that again and again, you rely on your intuition and you can get past that forest. Why? Because something in our mind switches off. What is that? Survival mechanism and ego. Switch off. This is out of our hand. Intuition take over. The thing that I'm telling in the social media that I have, YouTube, podcast, Instagram, is to show you can win business game, the game that you are fighting by your ego and survival mechanism, and you look like that parrot that every day practices to talk more human by being instinctively wild and free you, by shedding who you're not. This is more than 10 years of academic and experimental experience that I'm throwing out with passion combined with some anger, because I feel bad when I see this, the potentials that my clients have, and they cannot see and they cannot fly because, what if it fails? So let it fail. Let it fail. Fly, let it fail. When you are comparing death to something that gives you a possibility of not death, which one do you choose? Of course, your survival mechanism, your ego says, okay, if there is a possibility, I choose this. Yes? So, in all of my podcasts and my YouTube videos, I was mentioning this. You should reach the darkest point of your life, your business, the point that you end up in that forest and in that dark, dangerous forest, when your ego and survival mechanism step aside and you can take over by your instinctive feeling, by your intuition. Right now, at any point your life is, I just want you to look at it. If you are unsatisfied about your business life, aspect of business, look at it. Where in your business you are struggling to talk human language. Put a question mark on that and ask this question. If I want to change this to what I like, what will I do? How will I change it? That changes everything. Everyone says you should record video like this, you should do this and that, write script like this. Uh, F it. I like to do it this way. Huh? So now you are pioneering something new. We have job, we have career, and we have a calling. This is Jeff Bezos' words. Job, survival. I just have a job to survive. What is your job? I do this. What should I do? For money, you should work. Uh-huh. Career is more than this. It's like you have a passion and you build your career around that. Still, you have ego, you have survival mechanism holding you back from being that wild and free. Most of my clients are in this category, in this level, and they are suffering because something inside them wants to break free that bird. They are not sure if they are capable of the ideas that they have in their mind to implement them. They are not sure if they are even doable. They come, and when I explain to them from business type how this idea that you have, the unique idea that you have randomly, even by the guideline of business, makes sense and gives you this profit and profit and profit. And when I do that, they say, ah, so the wings can work. And they just start to see what this intuition, wild and free ideas can give them. And after structuring for them everything based on their true self coming outside of that mask, they reach their calling, as Jeff Bezos said. And calling shifts your whole life. It's not business, it's not career, it's something that you crave to do. You cannot stop yourself from doing that. It's your passion. When you listen to Jeff Bezos' speech around this, that he had a calling around books and opening a bookstore, an online bookstore after that, and this thing that he digged deep and deep and deep, and after that, this happened. When you answer the calling, not career, not job, you break free from career and you become yourself truly, you become the pioneer in that field. Because the language you are speaking, the things you are doing, are from a source that is not discovered. It's your intuition. And you have a wild, craving, passionate feeling to pursue those feelings, ideas. Like Mr. Beast, he always talks about, I just knew I crave to make videos. I want to make videos. Yes, that is a calling. He answered, I just know this. And he focused on that and went on and on and on. And after that, he's pioneering in this field, entertainment field on YouTube. And now over TV soon. You can win the whole life game, business game, by breaking free from this survival cage that only taught you how to talk more like humans. And remember, you have wings. And in that moment that you want to jump, remember this. Your mind might forget that, okay, I can fly. I can find my way even in a dark forest. You might forget that. Your wings didn't. When the survival mechanism of your mind and your ego step aside because you have just entered an unknown territory, your wings will carry you. Intuition will lead you, trust me. Mostly on my podcast, I dive deeper into this concept. In there, I can go into details and step by step help you to shed who you're not and become more your authentic version, who you are. Follow my podcast to figure out how to shed who you're not. On YouTube, in business world, I'm going to shatter everything that your mind, your ego, your survival, the guidebook has told you to be this, do that. I'm going to shatter all of them for you and show you, no. Now, if you want to reach that, the way to approach it your way is like this. This is what I do in this YouTube channel. I jumped out of that window for this. Let's go wild. This is the whole playlist of A Midnight Talk with Entrepreneurs. You can watch them and follow the story of Little Light and shed who you're not.